Like, I couldn't believe he actually admitted to this. President Trump went to the UN today, basically to blast what's happening in Europe and all of these other countries. Donald Trump walked into the UN General Assembly today like a wrecking ball, like he set the building on fire. He called out the organization as weak, corrupt, globalist. He used these words. He said they are complicit in the erosion of national sovereignty, nations turning over their autonomy to the globalist cabal. I mean, he basically said everything. He ripped the United Nations for facilitating the U.S. southern border crisis. Like, I couldn't believe he actually admitted to this. We covered this on the show more than a year ago when we had that information and the facts that pointed to the UN facilitating the massive money laundering scheme into the United States southern border. Watch this moment.
On Western countries and their borders. In 2024, the UN budgeted $372 million in cash assistance to support an estimated 624,000 migrants journeying into the United States. Think of that. The UN is supporting people that are illegally coming into the United States, and then we have to get them out. The UN also provided food, shelter, transportation, and debit cards to illegal aliens. Can you believe that? On the way to infiltrate our southern border.
Yeah, we were showing you those UN cards. You guys remember that over a year ago? Like these UN debit cards? What? It was all being facilitated by Alejandro Mayorkas and the Biden administration. They were allowing this to happen, but the UN was footing the bill and the money laundering scheme that funneled these like debit cards to these individuals. It was an invasion. So I'm glad he called them out for it right to their faces. Trump, and by the way, Katie Pavlich was there, journalist, and she was sitting there and she said, they're not laughing, the people in the audience. They're terrified. She said, like, the looks on their faces are like, holy smokes. Trump says that the other countries are going to hell if they don't close their borders.